Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Prepper for the Ages. My name is Jill, and I will be your prepper for the day, I guess. Um, I had an idea before, and I don't know if you can hear that. I had an idea before that I could use my skills as a quality assurance engineer and use it so that you can marshal your thoughts, so you could gain a vision for what you want to do, how you want to prep, how to do it on your own budget, and what you need and whatnot. So I'm not here to tell you what you think is happening in the world. I'm really not here to tell you what your most likely scenario is going to be, but I am here to organize it for you. If you hear ding dong in the background, I have a sensor out front, and I'm playing tag with a robin. Pretty soon he's gonna be it. So anyway, but yeah. Anyways, I got the whiteboard. I actually have two whiteboards. I have a huge whiteboard. Yeah, we're not going to use that one today, but I have a whiteboard to show you a little bit about my process and some of the other prepper people's processes of um, how, how to identifying, trying to play the odds, and how do you think? What do you want at the end of all of this? If you're into prepping, if you're getting into prepping, if you're thinking about prepping, what's going on? It's a little bit. If preppers are just not preppers, they're preppers or survivalists. They want to live. I mean, that's the end vision of us all. We want to live. We want our family to live. But yes, so I have two whiteboards for you today. I whiteboarded this all out. So, but anyways, okay. So here's the first whiteboard. I'm gonna push this up for you. Okay. Um, I'm gonna put this down on the counter so that is it this way? No, it's this way. Okay. So at this point, we have an event. So I hope you can hear me. We have the first thing is an event. I can pull it back, I guess. The first thing is have an event, whether it's no petroleum or no power, or you have something happened, or there's no shipping, the shipping containers and the food can't get in, and the stuff can't get in. What are you gonna do? I have hurricane because we have hurricanes here, tornado because other people have tornado, but whatever events that you think might be happening. So, and then next to it is, might not be able to do this, but next to it is, excuse me, is right here. What is the percent chance of it happening? Here you go. What is the percent chance of it happening? And to the things that are the most percent chance of you think in your mind of it happening to yourself, to your area, to your place, to your community, put that up top. If put greater weight on that, put greater weight on the things you think might happen to you directly, indirectly, long term, short term, and then write it down. Write it down. And then the next thing we have here is severity. Severity is what, how much is it going to impact you? Is it going to impact you for the short term, midterm? Is it going to impact you for the long term? What is going to happen? Um, how severe is it going to be? Is it a big thing? Is it not a big thing? Like if you have a power outage due to a storm, but it's not a big power, you don't get big power outages. Well, it's going to be a short-term thing. It's really not going to affect you because, when it's only a matter of time till the power goes back on. So I have a family member that had a well. So when her power went out, it was a big thing because she had a small child. So the power went out, the well pump went out, and the well pump went out, there's no water. So yeah, she had to figure out where to go from there and how to mitigate that. And a lot of this is uh, depending on two things. It's the cost of mitigation. Like, okay, well, you're out of water. Well, you can just buy some um, gallon jugs of water. You could go to the store, buy water, buy all the stuff you need, or whatever at the hardware store, or buy anything from generators to things that you could hook up and help you pump the water out, to anything. So basically, what is your cost of mitigation? And the last thing, I put it last, but it might not be, what's your vision for how do you want to end up? So basically, how do you want to end up if something happens? Where do you see yourself being? And so a lot of this is an envisionment of how you want to handle it. Do you want to be comfortable? Do you not want to be comfortable? Some people, the first sign of trouble, they're just going to get their bug out bag and head for the hills and just live off the land for 10 years. That's it. And I'm like, good luck. So they can do it. All right. If they can do it, they can do it. But that's their vision. So their cost of mitigation might be backpacks, camping tools, hunting tools, all the stuff that goes with being out in the woods and being by themselves or with a group or whatever. But it's that money is gonna go to their resources, gathering resources for that event. So that end vision is really important. How do you see yourself? I mean, I see myself sitting here. I see myself sitting here for a lot of the events that are happening around me. So when other people are panicking, when other people are doing stuff, I have a plan. I came up with a plan. I came up with all of the things that I would need. I looked at the chance of something happening. Severity is going to be short or long term, and how much is it going to cost for me? Like as I said before, cost is. I could buy the bunker. Maybe if I gathered all my pennies over decades. But yeah, most of us aren't the big spenders. We aren't the big elites that can do anything they want and and come out ahead. So anyway, on to board number two. Now, there's something in the cost of mitigation that I want to talk about. It's the cost of mitigation per your vision. So basically you have the vision of what is the end point you want to have after something happens. And what's the cost going to be for each one of those different scenarios because there are different percentages of happening and different things can happen. So I came up with okay, combining mitigation resources. So basically um if transportation goes out, do you have food? If the power goes out, do you have water? So basically you can, for a lot of this stuff, for a lot of the events that go on, your needs are going to be the same. It's going to be, for me, right in front of my face. Okay, it's going to be food. It's going to, and I put cooking and cleaning in there with the food because it's not just going to be food. It's stuff to cook. It's fuel to cook the food. And with the cleaning supplies, you need to be sanitary about cooking the food. You have water. I'm sorry, you have water. Let me slow down. You have water. And I included potable water, which is water you can drink, brown water, the used water that you can use for other things besides drinking, and black water, stuff that you've used to flush the toilet or whatnot. So basically, your waters, like sometimes you can reuse water from making it potable to brown water to black water. So you can use the water several times depending on what you use it for. So good things to think about. Shelter, yes. Next thing is shelter. Shelter is what we really need to survive, whether it's going to be a tent, a campsite, a house, a condo, something that shelters us from the weather. And remember, it's the shelter depends on where you are, what your envisioning is for how you want to come out in the end. So yeah, shelter, I put down heating and cooling because up here in the Northeast, if we ran out of petroleum, strategic reserve petroleum, a lot of places will run out of heat because our furnaces run on either gas or oil, and those are petrochemical products. And when we run out of that, we're cooked. We're frozen. And cooling, if you're down south, basically, I have friends that are down south, and if they didn't have their air conditioning, they wouldn't survive. Um, Let's see. Next is medication. Okay. Next is medication. And medication is stuff that I need. I mean, I need a medication. I can't substitute the medication. So it's something that as we get older, it's what we need. That we need in life. So yeah. So medication. I also have healthcare. Everybody needs healthcare, whether it's something that is viral or bacterial or topical or a crush injury or a cut injury. We all need that kind of healthcare. And tools I put is a general thing because, for healthcare, you need a stethoscope, you need a thermometer, things like that. You also need the medication for the tool. A medication could be a tool. Um, Antibiotics or whatever you need for headaches or cuts or whatever. And depending what your vision is, the next thing here is going to be, okay, I'm going to take my property, I'm going to turn my land into um, somewhere that I can farm food. Well, people in apartments can't really do that, so how can they farm food or mitigate their food costs? uh, Maybe with instead of having a plow or a tractor or whatever they have, they grow food vertically, which that can happen. And a very small amount of yardage or food or area to grow food produces a lot of food. Like in the summer 2010, I had two raised garden beds and I ate out of them all summer long. And that was enough for me. I only had to go to the store for milk, something sweet, and something salty. So basically, I had the vegetables in the garden. I also had the chicken coops. I had the chicken coop. I had three chickens at the time, so it was enough for me and a snack for my other dog, and it was good. I have six chickens now, so it's enough for me and the other dog, and there's more chicks on the way. So hey, it's gonna be good for me. Uh, but yes, but I need a little bit of land to do that, and I need zoning and the variance to do that. So now the last thing I put was skills, but you can just keep going on your resources that you need for what you have. A lot of skills is learning what you need to do. You have the tools to do something, but you don't have the skills to use it. Sucks. So yeah, it's all about the learning what you need to do in certain circumstances. For me, my next thing is I need to learn on how to. I have bought a gas cap lock for gas cap. So I need to learn how it works, how to put it on, and how to be able to open and close it without locking myself out of my gas tank. So that's my next project. I need to learn that so I can swap out my gas cap for a locking gas cap. There we go. And on the other side of the equation, let me do this really quick, is for each one of these, what is the percent you have? Do you have 100% of what you need? Uh, or do you have 80%? And then how much the percent do you need? Like if you have 80% of food, okay, well you need another 20% of food. Or how much do you want? Oh, chocolate? Do we need chocolate? Do we want chocolate? So that's something that can give a percentage. So if you're going to break it down into a spreadsheet, or you're going to write it down, or it's just going to be in your head, it's something that you really want to be able to um, go and fine tune before you go out and buy things. Let's just go buy everything. It is great if you have unlimited resources. If you have unlimited resources, okay, there you go. But most of us don't. So what we'll do is we'll take the first whiteboard and we'll figure out what are the odds of things happening from the first whiteboard, and on the second whiteboard here we can combine the what our mitigations are, and so we can combine the mitigations via the second board of okay, how much do we have for each of these and how much do we want? And a lot of it is dependent on where you are, where you're from, where you're going, what you're doing, what you have now versus what your vision is for what you want if that thing happens. So anyways, that Robin wants to put in their 2 cents. So yeah, it just started happening, so I know it's that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to break down today. So in a quality assurance thing, what's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? If something bad happens, what's the priority? What's the odds? What's the priority? What's the severity that's going to impact you? Um, what does it cost to mitigate? How hard are you going to have to work to overcome a shortfall? And what's your vision for what's your perfect execution? If everything executes, what do you envision as the end result? Got it? Okay. All right. Well, I will wrap up now by saying, just as a quality assurance engineer, I look at these through the lens of my profession. I try not to spend money that I don't have. I try not to go overboard. I have saved a little, bought some extra cans every time I shopped, bought some extra things every time I've shopped. As I said this morning, I went shopping um, because I have a concern. And let me tell you my concern. Let me tell you my concern. Last night I couldn't sleep. So dumb me, I climbed up on the internet and I saw a very, very recent interview by Christine Lagarde, and there was she was being asked a question about the petrochemical crisis, the fuel, the lack of fuel crisis that's going on right now. So today is the 28th of March. Thank you. Thank you for being patient. 28th of March, 2026. So we're going to, in a short amount of days, we have a countdown going. I don't know if it's day 18 or 17. I should have looked it up. I'm sorry. Of in the United States, we have petroleum reserve, strategic oil reserve, but it's a petroleum reserve. And that's been buffering the United States from just instantly being affected by being the oil being cut off from the Persian Gulf, the Strait of Hormuz. It basically we already suffered that when I was a kid. We suffered that, and so the strategic oil reserve was created so that that's a buffer, so people couldn't shut it off and instantly cripple us, and so we would have to acquiesce to whoever's demands for them to turn on the oil again. Um, So yes, but that is the time the clock is ticking down, the timer is going, tick 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 timing. So when that time is up, we're not going to have oil again. So I have been trying to figure out, okay, what do I need long term? Because this isn't going to be a short term thing. Oh, it's over, but it's not over, but we've won, but they don't know we've won. It's just I don't want to get into the politics, but it seems like they have a doubt. And so Christine Lagarde was saying, get you back to Christine, I'm sorry. Christine Lagarde was saying, oh yes, we must remain hopeful and optimistic. And the expression on her face as she was saying this was just something to look at. And the tenseness of her shoulders was something to, to look at. She was saying, can't remember the exact words, but her intent was saying, we must remain hopeful in case something might come up in the future that would save us from the predicament that we're going to be in, which is no oil, no cooking oil, no heating oil, no transportation gas, no, just nothing petrochemical. And that's like including the wrapping, including the stuff. I mean, this is made from oil. The bags are made from oil. A lot of the products are made from oil. We're just not going to have that. So when I saw that her body was tense, she was trying to be upbeat, she was trying she was trying to lean back, and just kind of not brush it off. She's just hoping that something in the future will come up in which will save us from what's going to happen. I know I should get water. I'm sorry, but the way she said it, it was stressed, it was strained, like she could see the truck coming, like that's gonna run us all over. It's like, okay. Um, but yeah, when Christine Lagarde, you know, she she's been in the limelight for a long time. She's a big elite. She was in charge of a lot of people's things that affected a lot of people's lives, European lives, American lives, all over the world. And for her to say, oh yes, for her not to say, we have a plan and this is going to execute the plan. This is how we're going to get the plan and we're going to be fine. It's going to be, and her only plan is to hope that in the future something might come up that will save us from what's going to happen. That's not a plan. When somebody like that, because they're wordsmiths, like people on that kind of elite stage where they have always been interviews and conferences and all the stuff, and they're, they're used to spinning it so that everybody is nice and calm and yes, and there's nothing to be worried about. We're all going to be good. We're all going to be successful. We're all going to be very rich. And for her to say something like that is concerning, to say the least. It is. She didn't sell it like she wanted to. But yeah, so that's what's going on. That's why I had this whole rigmarole of that was the that was spurring the rigmarole of, oh, how do I what do I envision of going on? What do I envision of how do I want to live and whatnot? And what do I prepare for? And how do I prepare for it? And what tools do I buy? And what things do I need to train for? That's it in a nutshell. Maybe I should have led with that. But anyways, thank you for being my therapist. Thank you for listening to me throughout this whole thing. I realize that this is for me, a very long, long YouTube video. I'll finish up and then go along. But yeah, something for you to it is one tool in your toolbox, in your mental toolbox of what you want to prep for, how you want to prep for it, what are the odds, what's the severity, what's the impact, how do you think you're going to get through it, what are you missing, what do you need, what do you want, what do you have. Anyway, okay, that's my 2 cents. I'll get off my soapbox. Have a wonderful weekend. Um, Hope that everything is okay and the Strait of Hormuz gets straightened out soon. Oh, okay. I'm not getting into politics. Okay. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.